Hello and thanks for tuning in. Today we're gonna discuss the earthquake or seismic activity first, and then we're gonna move on to the volcanic update of today. So let's get right started. Lacher See earthquake magnitude 2.1. Update will be on January 12, 2021. At the Lacher See volcano, Vulcan Eiffel, a weak earthquake of magnitude 2.1 occurred this morning. The epicenter was, according to the Bensberg Earthquake Observatory, only 4.4 kilometers deep. The epicenter was located 3 kilometers southeast of Lacher See, more precisely between the places Mending and Kruft. There was an aftershock magnitude of 0.6. There were already 2 weak shocks in the last week. Last year, there was a new set earthquakes in the region could be associated with magma rise. The Eiffel plume is active, and even if there is no imminent eruption, the situation could change in the long term. More quakes at Mular Sütte. The Vulcan Eiffel is not the only German earthquake region. In the last few days, 3 more weak earthquakes occurred near Mular Sütte. It lies at the intersection of the Eifel and the Lower Rhine Bay, and thus on the edge of the Rhine Valley that marks the course of an active rift system. The area has one of the highest earthquake potential in Germany, and it is only a matter of time before there is another strong earthquake. The earthquakes have the potential to exceed a magnitude of 6 and cause damage to infrastructure. In addition to Aachen and Cologne, Düsseldorf and the Ruhr area are also at a risk. Campi Flegrei swarmquake. Another swarm of earthquakes occurred in the Italian caldera Campi Flegrei. 22 weak earthquakes occurred in the last 4 days. The strongest vibration brought it to magnitude 1.8, with a hypocenter at a depth of only 860 meters. The ENGV reports in its bulletin that there were 74 earthquakes under the caldera between January 4th and 10th in 2021. The rise in the ground has been around 1 centimeters per month since September 2020. Since 2011, there has been an inflation of 68.5 centimeters. Inflation is caused by igneous fluids. Whether it is magma or hydrothermal deep water has not been fully clarified. But now many geoscientists assume that magma actually rises. So that was it for the earthquake update. So now we are coming to the volcanic update. So let's get right started. The update will be again on January 12, 2021, Adna Kilauea Software. Last night Etna was particularly lively again. The level of the lava lake at Kilauea stagenet at the dome in the crater of the Sophia volcano continued to grow. The usual suspects were also active, and strong strombolians. At night there was a decent firework display on Mount Etna in Sicily. When the southeast crater produced strong strombolian eruptions, glowing tephra was thrown a good 300 meters high and covered the slopes of the cone. Mirova registered high thermal radiation with a power of 100 MW. The thermal moved on the edge of the red area. There was a small swarmquake east of the center crater complex. The strongest quake brought it to magnitude 2.3. The epicenter was only 800 meters deep. Another thermal magnitude 2.1 manifested itself only 500 meters deep. Kilauea lava lake stagnate. The Kilauea is still in a phase of DI inflation event, and accordingly the lava lake in the stagnant Halema Umau crater is still 194 meters. However, one can see the inflation curve is flattening out and that deflation should soon set in. Then lava output and level could rise. The eastern part of the lava lake is encrusted, and it looks like the crust is now so thick that it will no longer tear, but it may soon be flooded and recycled. The tornado is currently erupting more strongly in the west wall of the crater. Sophia Cathedral continues to grow. The cathedral continued to grow on the Caribbean island of St. Vincent. It increasingly covers the flank of the cathedral from 1979. Gas escapes from the cathedral surface. Mirova registered a very weak thermal radiation with 2 MW output yesterday. It is typical for slowly growing domes that they emit little heat. Fuego emits heat. The Guatemalan volcano Fuego behaves differently than the Soufriere. It produces a series of powerful Strombolian eruptions and covered its summit area with glowing tephra. It emits a high level of thermal radiation with an output of 144 MW. Glowing debris avalanches flow through several gorges and reach the edge of the vegetation. Bushfires may have been triggered which contribute to high level of thermal radiation. Merapi with more avalanches. More glowing debris avalanche came off the Indonesian Merapi. The number of earthquakes is still very high but has decreased significantly in the last few days. Yesterday around 309 vibrations of different types were registered. That would be everything. Thanks for listening and goodbye.